You are now listening to the Pick and Roll Podcast with Quentin Barrett and Rod Wallace, because Shorty can't eat no books.
Yes.
What is good, my people?
Welcome to the ComputerMusicAcademy.com's weekly homework podcast. I am Rod Wallace.
And this is Quentin Barrett.
We are standing in this week for Tashir Rasay. He's taking a little hiatus, taking a little rest. We are here to pay homage to him. This is the weekly homework podcast number 80, where every week a group of producers get together and they honor a sound or they respond to some kind of challenge given to us by the leader of ComputerMusicAcademy.com, Mr. Tashir Rasay. Shouts out to Tashir. This is also a special simulcast of the Pick and Roll podcast.
Amen.
This will be Pick and Roll podcast number 20.
The Deuce 4. This is 24 right here.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would be. Oops. So at Pick and Roll Podcast, we talk about sports, hip hop, and everything in between. We are working with Computer Music Academy to do the weekly homework assignment this week in lieu of Tashir falling ill. You can follow him at ComputerMusicAcademy.com. You can log in at ComputerMusicAcademy.com and follow him at Tashir Rasay on Twitter. You can log in to pickandrollpodcast.com for us. You can email us at pickandrollpodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us at PAR Podcast.
Absolutely. And check us out on iTunes. We do have the iTunes up and running. We can be heard on TuneIn.
Yes, we can.
If y'all have downloaded the TuneIn radio app, just search the Pick and Roll Podcast. Same thing on iTunes. And you can always hear us on SoundCloud. But the best place to hear us is, of course, pickandrollpodcast.com. If you do get a chance to check us out on iTunes, please go on there and leave us a rating. Leave us some comments on the show. We always love to hear feedback from our listeners. I'm going to tell you right now, our podcast is gaining steam. So there's a lot of opportunity to get in right now to get to know us. We have 24 episodes. We're going to continue to do this
Content.
So go on the website, go on iTunes, Pick and Roll Podcast, and rate the show.
For sure. We also got the other half of Double Negative people in the house today. That's Mike Notes.
Yeah.
Another member. We'll be hearing from him a little bit later today. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. This week's podcast is about James Brown, the Godfather of Soul, the hardest working man in show business. Probably the most sampled artist in the history of music, in the history of hip hop music, without question. The impact of his music goes without saying. The funky drummer, Papa got a brand new bag, all of that good stuff. So let's not waste a lot of time. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get into it right now. The first producer is G3. So let's see what he got.
1, 2. Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know. One, two, three, four.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
G3.
Yes, sir.
Entry into the Weekly Homework Podcast. I liked it.
Man, I love that.
I liked it. I like the feel of it. You know, he had some decent variation in it.
Definitely.
Definitely had a trap feel. I like the vocal samples. Everything. I liked it a lot.
That was clean, man. That was real clean. And you know, I wouldn't have. Man, is that the first trap record I've ever heard like James Brown's voice on?
It might be.
That's
It might.
ill.
I'm trying to think.
Like I'm, you know, we listen to a lot of music, and I don't know if I've ever heard James count it off on a trap beat. That was dope.
Definitely made me want to stand on the couch.
That's hot for sure. For sure.
That was dope, man.
For sure. So
That was
G3,
excellent.
shouts out to you. Fantastic effort.
Now, is this guy new?
I think so. I
guy's a new
don't
entry?
remember him. I don't necessarily remember
Okay.
him being in too many other shows, but he just one of the newer guys, and it's a lot of new guys that's making a lot of noise this year. So,
Yeah, that was fresh.
that was real nice. All right, let's move into the next entry. Next we have from South Carolina. We have DJ Nocturnal. Let's get it. Yeah, that was DJ Nocturnal's entry.
That was hard. That was hard.
I like the guitar. I like how you use the guitar. I like how it just had that feel. It was just
That was just fresh. I mean, everything from the drums to the horns when they came in, that was really, really dope. Hard, street level.
I like when the bass line kicked in. I like how he used the time. I mean, the when he was saying the 1, 2, 3 using the count. That was different. That was in the pocket. It was as opposed to it being something that was just on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. It was in the pocket. I like that.
Right.
I like that
how
a whole
long
lot.
has Nocturnal actually been with y'all?
Nocturnal been in there about, I want to say about 6 months now.
Okay.
Participates in every Google Hangout, every opportunity there is for him to contribute to the group. He's in it, and I like him a lot. I think he's a great guy. He started out as a DJ,
Okay.
And he just recently got into production. His entry in last week's was nice.
I'm always looking forward to his entries when I'm watching.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
And this is dope. This is no different.
And he keep using new drums. You know what I'm saying? Drums is like, that's my shit. So, you know what I'm saying? He keep using newer drums or whatever. So that's love. All right, so let's get into the next entry. This is Double Negative's own Mike Notes. You got anything to say before we listen?
Nah, I love music. That's all.
The walk us in cold. Okay, cuz.
All right, bet. So this is Mike Notes. Let's give him a listen.
Double negative.
Seems like everybody tried to count us out. Seems like everybody tried to count us out. Seems like when I kick it off, yep, it seems like we got to seems like we got to continue show them that how can I say that we're still hungry. Hit it, cat.
Double negative.
I admit we wasn't as funky as we used to be. Seems like everybody tried to count us out.
Wait a minute, dog. Wow. Mike Notes.
Yes, sir.
Walked us in cold. That was a
Man.
backhand.
Man.
Wow.
It had that hop. It had that hop.
That chunk.
It had that bounce.
That was ill, man.
I'm just trying to play my part, man. I'm just trying to play my part.
Oh, wee.
That was nice.
Thank you.
I like the skip in the drums.
Yes.
It had a real good skip to it.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying? And then the breakdown in the middle. I like how you used the vocal sample. The vocal sample really brought out everything that you was doing. You kept it simple though. You kept it very simple in terms of your arrangement. You know what I'm saying? But it absolutely worked because the skip in the drums
Got
was
to playing
bananas.
with it. Now I understand why Brother Rose is sipping that water during the episodes, cause I'm like losing weight now in my head to this stuff, dog. I broke a sweat. I broke a sweat just now in my head to that one. Wow.
That was ill, man.
Impressive. Very impressive.
Straight up.
Thank you.
That was
Very impressive.
that was impressive as hell. No doubt, man. See, so you seeing all the variation already. You got, you know what I'm saying, Nocturnal, you know, he utilized James the way that he did. You had G3 use him the way that he did. Mike came with a very different, you know, a very different flavor to it, that Detroit flavor. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and let's keep it moving. Next up, we got Taurus Beats. Taurus Beats. Let's see what he got. man.
Wow. Wow.
And we was just talking about how you got all these different flavors. It sound like Taurus just flat out made a James Brown beat.
Absolutely.
Shook the house up, man.
Wow. The bass line. Did you hear the bass line though?
Man, that was like a soundtrack, dog, to like my favorite hood movie.
Yes.
That
We was all in here getting on the good foot for a quick second.
What?
was so ill.
That was nasty. So he did a really good job of using that feel. He definitely had that feel, that James Brown feel. You could hear like a little bit of the break in the drums or whatever, but he dressed it up with the horns. He had some keys in there too.
The bass line was driving.
It was very nice. Fantastic job.
That was amazing.
Fantastic.
Man.
If Tashir was here, he'd be sweating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Sweating and drinking water.
He would have snapped his neck off by
You know what I'm saying? All right, so next up we have from Cali. We got Ray D 3000. He was the winner of the beat battle, the beat contest where he won a placement with
The Bang Show?
the Bang Show. He won a placement with Carnage Triple XL, and he did a fantastic job, man. So let's hear what he got. You say it sounded like somebody was pimping.
Man. Woo! When the horn started,
Oh my god!
it's like, yeah, I made it nice.
Oh my gosh! The drum, man.
Can that last like another 5 minutes, please?
Man, the drums alone had me tripping.
Whoa.
Tripping. But when them horns came in, it was bananas.
Woof.
It was ridiculous. Ray D 3000.
Bro, what was you going through when you made that one,
continues to just act up.
dog?
Act up.
Cadillac, like, dog, what are you going through right
Act
now,
up.
man? That was so hard.
So you had the vocal sample in again. You know what I'm saying? The bass line. I like how the bass line was like a saw. It was like a saw sound. It was a synth, but it had like a little. It had some distort, some bounce to it. Man, the drums was crazy. I don't see how Tashir can do this. Because you responded to the emotion involved, and he did fantastic.
Yeah.
Man.
Imagine all the music that man has heard over the years.
Yeah.
And like this quality of music. And I can barely contain myself. And this is like one episode.
I know we not doing video, but we up in here partying.
Tripping.
Straight up. Props
Thanks,
out.
fellas. Thanks y'all for coming through like this
Right.
for this week, man. For real.
Props to Ray D. Another banger. Keep it moving. And now for the finale, I probably turn mine in last too. Mr. Wallace, Double Negative People. Let's get it. Yeah, bring me that. Right. For sure. Peep this, it'd be like. Know what I'm saying? Yeet.
God,
Mr. Wallace.
Man, how many levels can you put in one song, man? Every time Rod drops a track for the Computer Music Academy, I always feel like it's got a story to it, and this track is no different. Like, you can follow the track right along, and I'm watching the wave, and like I had to look up. I'm like, yo, is that the wave? Like, it's so thick. There's so many levels to it, and then just when I think that like he's gonna drop something off, it all blends together.
Yeah,
it all blends together. Like, and it's like I had to put the cans back on because I'm like, I thought I was missing something. You know what I'm saying? Hearing it through, like, we played it up top. For y'all that's not here with us, we played it up top, took the cans off. But I had to put it back through because I'm missing levels. And I'm like, yo, no, they all there.
Them xylophones is...
Everything was there, man. That was fresh. To this day, I'll never understand how you do that.
The bass line was the bass was a little bit crazy. It was a little too loud, but
no.
When I put it like
so
this,
many levels there, so much going on.
What? Thank you, but I can see. You know, I'm listening to it in comparison to everybody else, and I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying, how those differences in arrangement make a big difference. And what you do at the bottom end of your mix, the bass line was a little bit too much. It was a little bit too much. And what I did for this one was I did try to use not only a bass line, but also I used the bass that was within the sample. So that's just a next step for me.
We got a unique opportunity right here because Tashira Say does not necessarily have this opportunity every week, right? So you get a chance to stare yourself in the mirror right now.
Yeah.
In this episode, you get a chance to stare yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You've listened to all the rest of the tracks.
Yep.
So, as it relates to the actual assignment,
All right.
how do you feel like you did?
I mean, it's just like Mike. Like we both
Right, Mike did
got
too.
a
I'm
chance
sorry.
to
Mike
sit
did
up.
too.
We both
Right.
got a chance to sit up and listen to it in context. I know for me, I see problems in the mix. I see things in the mix that I want to do differently. And one of the things that Tashir and I talk about all the time is how I like to have 24 hours on the mix. I don't like to. I like to be able to hear it, listen to it in the car, listening to it in here, listen to it on some alarm clock speakers, listen, and you will be able to pick out a whole bunch of stuff about it that you need to fix and adjust. The bass line was a little bit too live, but in terms of the arrangement, I was real happy with it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, I basically took 2 samples from a song called King Heroin. Okay. I didn't want to go through the just use like the same old thing that anybody else would use. So I went and I sought something out that was a little bit different. So
all right, so I'm gonna give Mike the same opportunity. Please. So, like I said, this is unique. A lot of the participants of CMA don't necessarily get to react to their own work live on the air. So we're gonna do this, Mike. So what did you hear in your submission compared? Now we got to talk about it in context. What did you hear that you liked that you didn't like about your own work?
Well, I did a lot of research this week. I didn't work on my beat until like Saturday.
and it be like that.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm sure a lot of guys can relate to that.
I had to do my research on James himself before I could even get into the beat. So I nailed it down to like 4 songs, and then that's what you hear.
Okay, so you actually you went through and just researched the man himself,
yes,
just his catalog.
I try to do that first because
okay.
I can't just James been sampled from every I heard so many songs that somebody used that.
Yeah.
I had to find something that nobody has used, and I think I did that. I even had to look it up.
Well, that's okay.
So
that's
I had to
okay.
make sure.
At least I
can't touch nobody else's woman.
Well, at least you're.
I gotta grab my own. You feel me?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you approached it that way because you did a good job.
Yes, thank you.
And I think is, like I said, it's a unique opportunity because the rest of the CMA, we don't really get a chance to hear their feedback about their own work, especially in the context of the actual assignment that we're doing. So I think this is cool.
And I'm a fan. I like everybody's music, but
man, yeah, that was great.
I like everybody's music, but my own. That's just me.
That's all right, man.
I feel that. I feel you.
Everybody's their own worst critic.
Oh yeah,
right, no doubt. And one thing that Tashir talks about is, this is not the end all be all. You're supposed to take his feedback, take what he's doing, or take what he talks about, and take your experience and listening to yourself, and go back and make your mix better. Because you can be in a situation where you can mix the same song over and over and over and over, and it never actually sounds the same. So, for me, I definitely, heard what I needed to hear. But again, this has been a fantastic experience.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Tashir. All of us is pulling for you to make sure that you take the time that you need to get yourself together. I can't say that we're going to do this every week because this is something that is definitely unique to you. And we definitely appreciate you for what you're doing.
Much respect for you, bro.
Shouts out to Rady 3000, Taurus Beats. We joined here by Mike Note. Shouts out to you. Fantastic job. DJ Nocturnal and G3, as well as Taurus Beats again for the intro and outro music. So, as Tashir always says, continue to make better music. I'm Rod Wallace.
I'm Quentin Barrett.
Mike Note, for sure. See ya.